Don't you get a funny feeling when you see people that are supposed to be Americans fighting so hard for our enemies? I mean, I'm watching Democrats and liberals fight for our enemies. Last summer, you remember they were burning American flags, the Palestinians, for Hamas at the Capitol? And now I see these people crying about the Iranian regime being overthrown. Imagine that. Freedom for the Iranian people. There's videos everywhere of them celebrating in the streets. But to a Democrat, that's a bad thing. Freedom is a bad thing. I just don't understand these people. I'm beginning to think that they're the enemy of the people of America.
Doesn't that look familiar? Look at these people. Look at these people. These protests are not organic. I think we all know that now, right?
So I'm here with Jen and Sean. Hi guys. And we're in Times Square. There's a protest going on behind us about what's happening with the attacks on Iran. Jen, you've got a sign there. White men ruin everything, along with other things. Tell us, why are you here? What's your thoughts?
We're sick of old white men like Donald Trump destroying the world. Plain and simple. I know not all white men are bad, but the ones in power today seem to really take the cake.
And how about the old other men, like the Ayatollahs and others? Are they a problem?
The who?
The Ayatollahs and others, are they a problem?
Who's that? I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
You don't know the Ayatollah in Iran?
No.
No, okay.
Oh, you mean the president of Iran?
Or the president,
Is
yeah.
oh, he's bad.
Okay.
And we do not like him.
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys pulling back up today. I got to do this video. I had to. These people are outrageous, man. These liberals are outrageous, but I came across this daggone picture here. Hold up. You guys got to see this. Take a look. Can you all see this? It says the biggest threat to Western civilization: Russia, China, Islam, white liberal women with liberal arts degrees. Hilarious, because it's absolutely right. It's so true. Oh my goodness, man. The jokes write themselves. This is crazy, man. These liberals are out of their minds, and they're showcasing on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis, month-to-month basis, on an annual basis, how wicked and insane they are and how anti-America they are. They're outrageous. They really are. We got so much to get into. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
Mr. Mark Ruffalo, why are you talking about the ICE, that one single woman that died, that came in front of ICE? I don't understand where you guys want to take this with Gaza and Hamas and the Islamic Republic of Iran. Neither of you have lived under the Islamic Republic tyranny that you guys are talking about the death of one single woman that have came in front of an ICE agent, a police. And you guys are talking about, you guys have human rights. You guys have everything that you need in your life. We have been taken, our lives have been taken away from us. You guys have everything, and you guys once have one president in your country that wants the best for the people of America that have built the land for 250 years. America has a right to have a country. America has a right to have a country as much as Iranians have a right to have a country. So let's get the facts right here. All right? Let's not get ourselves lost in this illusion that you guys have been building for us, for people. All right?
He's absolutely right. And I can feel his passion, because when you listen to these liberals, and we're going to get into it, when you listen to these people, they just let you know that they don't care about people. They don't have a compassion for people. They have zero empathy, and they're only out here to grandstand and gaslight. That's it. Let me let y'all check these videos out. Let's go.
Hey folks, this morning, the United States, while this administration launched a major attack on Iran, as I see this, hey, there's no real plan here. And often these things do not go the way people think they do, especially the people that don't serve in the military, you know, like this president. You know, often they're the ones that think every solution is to drop a bomb. And by the way, this is the guy that got us into this mess anyway. He, in his first term, he ripped up the Iran nuclear deal, which then put the Iranians on a path to further enrich uranium. Did that strike this summer that operationally was a success. Strategically, as we see now, not so much. So I'm really concerned about troops on the ground in Iran. We don't need that. We don't need more dead Americans and trillions of dollars of our tax dollars spent on this. I think the president owes the American people an answer on what is the strategy here? What is the goal? Is it getting rid of the Iranians' nuclear capability, which, by the way, this administration said was obliterated last summer? Or is it getting rid of ballistic missiles? Or is it regime change? We need an answer, and we need a vote in the United States Congress.
Keep going.
And so if you really did want the Iranian people themselves to rise up in some kind of popular uprising and totally change their form of government, if you wanted the beleaguered and oppressed Iranian people to organize very quickly into a new populist political force to rise up against, among other things, the security services there that have been massacring them by the thousands this month and last. If you wanted that to happen, you probably could have taken some steps to help that happening, to make sure they can organize and can communicate, right? Maybe you would have turned the internet back on. And when you, Donald Trump, in your baseball hat, proclaimed on that weird taped message today that the Iranian police and the security forces and the Revolutionary Guard must surrender, they must lay down their weapons, as Donald Trump said this morning at 2:30, if that was what you wanted to happen, because you wanted the domestic security situation to become less dangerous for the Iranian people to rise up and overthrow their government, if you actually wanted to make that happen, instead of just saying it, you as the U.S. government, maybe you as the U.S. government in coalition with other allies that you might have bothered to bring on board, you might have given the Iranian police and Revolutionary Guard and security services some instructions on how to surrender and lay down their weapons. Some path to do that, which Trump did not.
These are the stupidest people on the planet. So he's supposed to tell them that, hey, by the way, at this time, we're coming through. You guys need to get ready. Come on, man. Who in their right mind would give anybody a heads up that, hey, we're coming for y'all behinds? So they have time to prepare. Are you kidding me? These people are ridiculous. Goodness gracious. Listen to Jasmine Crockett.
Congress was not asked about this.
No, we were not, and that's the problem. You know, there are people that will land on all sides of this conflict and what should be happening or shouldn't be happening. But the one thing that I want to remind the American people of is that we have a Constitution. And frankly, as members of Congress, we swore an oath to the Constitution as well as the president. And right now, what we are clearly witnessing is lawlessness yet again from this administration. And my question to my colleagues in a very serious way is, will you put aside your loyalty to this orange man and actually focus on your loyalty and your oath to the Constitution, which says that only Congress has the power to declare war? It is time to rein him in a bipartisan way. Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna have been working together quite often on bipartisan legislation, including the Epstein files. And so they do have a war powers resolution that they have been working on together. And I do know that Ro Khanna has made it clear that he wants to bring that to the floor on Monday. My question to Speaker Johnson is, how many people are going to have to die because this president just decided that he was going to do whatever he wanted to and to ignore our congressional authority and our congressional powers? I don't think that we should wait till Monday. And this is being said as someone who literally has an election on Tuesday. I've got to make sure that I am doing what I swore an oath to do as a sitting member of the House. And I think Speaker Johnson needs to call us in right now, and we need to deal with this right now.
Sounds like Jasmine Crockett needs to retake that civics class again. It sure sounds like it, because the president doesn't need Congress's permission to sanction an operation like this. The War Powers Resolution Act of 1973 gives the commander-in-chief 60 days to deploy troops as long as it informs Congress within 48 days of the operation's start. So this situation started early Saturday morning, 2:30 in the morning or so. Everybody started, a little beforehand. And he literally has 2 days from that time, 48 hours, to inform Congress, hey, this is what's going on. But if you think that the president isn't sitting down with his people, with the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and if you think they didn't come up with a plan, I mean, they did get this Ayatollah character in less than 12 hours of this operation being kicked off. That doesn't sound like people just operating willy-nilly with no plan. It doesn't. Now, what we do understand is there a probability of lives being lost? And I have read that there has been some casualties. But unfortunately, when you sign up to serve in the United States military, and to be honest with you, when you sign up, and some people, I guess they're voluntold in other countries to serve, you understand that you are putting your life on the line for your nation. We understand it. For those of us that stood up and raised our hand and pledged that oath to this nation and to follow the instructions of the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States, we understood what that meant. I've been on a multitude of deployments. I understood what it meant. I was in the military when the USS Cole was hit off the coast of Yemen. I was there, and there was a few other ships that were hit off during that time frame. I was there, and we were on deployment during these time frames. I was in the military during 9/11. I remember what it was before and after. I've been on a wartime cruise. I understand what that means, and all of us that wear this uniform, that have worn the uniform, we understand what that means. You don't join the military thinking that it's just always going to be peace. You understand it. But this lady here, hey, this situation here can't be over with fast enough. I'm really tired of hearing from this lady because it's very obvious that she has no idea what the heck she's talking about. And where was this smoke for Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton? Where was this smoke? They did a lot of things without congressional approval. It's ridiculous.
Congressman Thomas Massie also writing, "This is not America first." Do they have a point?
No, they don't have a point, and I don't consider them to be actual Republicans, and I don't consider them to be part of the America First or MAGA movement, to be honest with you. They are basically allied against Donald Trump on everything, whether it's foreign affairs or domestic policy. They've just become political enemies of the President of the United States, no matter what he does. And that's unfortunate, but she quit, and he's about to lose in a primary in Kentucky. So that'll be the end of that. If I may, you mentioned what's the justification, and I think it's a fair question. And Karen raised some questions that need to be answered, and I'm sure they will answer them. But look, over 47 years, hundreds of American troops have been killed by the Iranian regime and its proxies. And I talked to senior administration, very senior administration officials today. They had intelligence that the regime was going to fire missiles into U.S. military and civilian targets. They were still enriching uranium. They would not give up on that. We had a lot of justification to do this. They tried diplomacy. Iran wouldn't do it. The president acted to save American lives. That was the justification.
Exactly. You try peace. You try it peacefully. And if that doesn't work, you got to give them that work. Sometimes, especially individuals like these folks, they don't understand the softness of peace. That's why we need men in these positions. We don't need some soft woman, and I hate to sound sexist, but we don't need some emotional soft woman out here thinking that we can just go and talk to everybody and they'll just appease and do what we say, or maybe we'll just give them some money and they'll stop. No. At some point, you got to stop talking. When people keep threatening you, at what point do you say, you know what? These people are going to follow through on this. And if they get an opportunity to do so, they will. And in some cases, they already have.
I think that it is imperative the Democratic Party wake up and get past their dislike of Donald Trump, the President Trump, and their feelings of international conflicts going on. This is about national security. This is about what is possible in the Middle East. This is about being a good neighbor, good partner to the Gulf states and what their aspirations are. This is about supporting the people of Venezuela. This is about dismembering our relationship with, or not dismembering, but resetting our relationship with China. Right now, 55% of the oil production that Iran produces goes to China despite sanctions. You want to support the people of Ukraine, you want to end that war, you have to, there is no getting around dismembering this Islamic Republic. It is non-negotiable. It is not a want to have, it is a have to have, and it's not just for the Iranian people. I think you have to trust the Iranian people. We know this government better than anyone else. When you dismember and decapitate this regime, you are going to see a change in the Middle East, in Venezuela, in China, in Ukraine. And I think, quite frankly, their ideology has really, it's caused a lot of problems for us worldwide. We need to take it seriously. And I think at this point, we have a tremendous opportunity. This will be like ending the Soviet Union, the Berlin Wall. This is a transformational moment for humankind, for security. And as an American, this is in our interest to complete it. So I am a Democrat. I have been a huge Democrat. I am incredibly disappointed with my party. I do not see myself in them in this moment.
Moj and Masi.
Wow. That was a mic drop moment. I'm not going to add anything else to it. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on all so you never miss an upload. As always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked air from my breath, put power in my step.